wanna sleep in, cause I got something to prove. I gotta take what I...
Do you have questions about starting a trucking business? Box truck or CDL, I've done both. I can help you start your trucking business or grow your business so that you can buy more trucks. Use the link in the description to schedule a one-on-one consultation with me. Now let's get to the video. Hey, this is Zach Pasquarello. Good, how are you? Is now still a good time to talk? What do you got going on? Man, I seriously believe that knowing your cost per mile, like down to the penny, is one of the most important things you can do. And I think so often guys overlook little details, like they might not think they might not think tolls are a big deal. You might not think your factoring fee is a big deal, but I mean, couple $100 really starts to add up. So do you want me just to go top to bottom every single line for your cost per mile, or how do you want to do this? Yeah, for sure. So I'm opening up my Excel file right now. I've got, I don't know if you saw on my website, harrisburgbookkeeping.com/store, I've got an Excel file and you can download it right there. And you can input all these numbers that we're about to go over. You can input them yourself into this Excel file, and it does pretty basic addition, subtraction, multiplication, division, just real basic stuff. But it kind of helps you visualize and see, truly what your cost per mile is. But if you want, right now we can just kind of go line by line what I have, and then we can tweak it to specify for your business. So it really depends first and foremost on how many miles you drive per week. I mean, if you give me per month or per year, I can just divide it. Hey, that was pretty good multiplication in your head right there. 375 times 5. I was gonna say, hey, that's pretty good. Okay, so you're running, you said 375 a day, 5 days a week or 6 days a week? Yeah, is that deadhead included? Okay, and about how much are you getting paid per day or per mile, or? But you said $13.50 per day? Yeah. Man, if you don't mind me asking, where are you finding these loads? 350 miles paying $13.50. Okay. How do you like that? Is it pretty physically difficult to touch freight? Yeah, absolutely. You're getting $3.60 a mile. That's pretty good. You have your own trailer? Hey, you got yourself a good deal. You telling me? I'm lucky if I make $2.80 a mile on the spot market right now. Yeah. So where are you in the Northeast, or where are you located? How much are you paying per gallon for diesel on average? So maybe for the calculations, we can assume that you're spending about $5.50 per gallon on diesel. $5.50. And now, what did you say is your miles per gallon on your truck? Okay, how about we'll do $5.75, because diesel is a little bit cheaper in the Midwest out there, isn't it, in Ohio than it is in Pennsylvania, New Jersey? Okay, so we'll say $5.75. Generous. I think you could even go a little bit lower than that, but just to be safe, we'll assume $5.75, and then we'll assume you're getting 6 miles per gallon. Now, you said your truck's already paid off. When did you buy it? How much did you pay for it? Wow. Day cab. You got a sleeper for $15,000? Man, 15 grand for your truck. That's a good deal. That's awesome. Okay, how much do you pay per month for insurance? Okay, we'll say you're paying $1,900 for insurance. How much do you pay for factoring? You got a dispatcher? Obviously not. How much money you want to make? $1,500 is usually on the low end. It varies between $1,500 and $2,000 for weekly take-home pay. I see some guys making $2,500, but they're running like dogs. They're driving 3,000 miles a week, so you're only driving 1,800 miles a week. So I would say, between $1,500 and $2,000 a week is about average. You know what? We'll do this. So we can run, multiple calculations. So we'll just assume for now you got to make $1,500 a week on the low end. Now, with your truck being old, how much are you paying? Are you paying a lot in maintenance, or is it generally pretty good? 35 cents a mile on maintenance. That seems a little high, but okay. Now, what about tolls? Okay, so I'll just say 5 cents a mile for tolls. Okay, so the numbers, I'll just kind of talk you through what I have here. So we got your weekly revenue, $6,750, and that's just based on $1,350 per day. Miles, 1,875 miles per day, and that's based on 1,875 miles per week, and that's based on 375 miles per day. You're paying $5.75 a gallon for diesel. Your truck's getting 6 miles per gallon. So for the cost of your truck, so I took $15,000 and divided it by 36, because we're going to assume that truck is going to last you 3 years. So we're going to take the cost of the truck and divide it by 36, which is just 3 years times 12 months. So every single month, you're spending about $400 on that truck, because we're just gonna average out the cost of the truck over 3 years. Insurance, like you said, $1,900. Factoring fee, 3%. So you're spending per week about $1,800 on diesel, based on the cost of diesel, how many miles you're driving, and your truck's miles per gallon. So you're spending about $1,800 which is, like you said, about $1 a mile in diesel. You're spending about $100 on the cost of your truck. You want to make $1,500. Per week, you're saving about $650 for maintenance. So whether or not you spend that or not, it's still in the budget, 35 cents per mile, which is high. That's a lot of maintenance expense, but with how cheap your truck is, that makes sense. Tolls, about $100 a week in tolls. You know, it could be more, it could be less, but it's pretty insignificant. We'll just keep it at 100. Factoring fee, you're spending about $200 a week for factoring. So the total cost to run your truck at these numbers is $4,785. And that includes paying yourself $1,500. Can you hear me? The total cost to run your truck per week is $4,785 per week. And that includes paying yourself $1,500. Oh, that's right. Okay, hold on. Yeah, let's add that in. How much are you paying your helper? $450. Okay. So that changes things for sure. So now your total cost went up about $1,000 per week because of that merchant account loan and because of your helper. So now your total cost is like $5,800 per week, and that includes paying yourself $1,500, and you're making $6,700 a week. So on top of the $1,500 you're paying yourself, and on top of the $450 you're paying your helper, and on top of the $600 you're paying to that extra loan per week, your leftover profit comes out to about $900 per week. Now keep in mind, we're not necessarily including little miscellaneous expenses, like if you're paying for like ELD, a cell phone, a QuickBooks subscription, a DAT subscription, just like little miscellaneous. So just always assume, maybe $150, $200 a week just for like random miscellaneous expenses, parking or showers or whatever you might be spending money on. But with all that being said, you're paying yourself $1,500 a month, and you still have $900 left over. So even if you subtract $200 a week from that leftover $900, you're still got $700 left over, which means $1,500 plus $700. If everything goes perfectly according to this plan, which it never does, but if it does go according to this plan, you should be profiting $2,200, $1,500 a week. Which number? What? $2,200 per week. You're making $100,000 a year. That's a really good job. Really good business. Not a lot of guys are doing that. Now, there's obviously a caveat. There's obviously an asterisk. That's assuming that everything goes according to plan, which I know it doesn't always go according to plan. But you should be close to that. As long as you're actually driving 375 miles a day, and as long as you're actually making, $1,300 a day, like you should be making close to $2,000 a week. I subtracted $200 per week for factoring. That's based on 3%. 3%. So 50, 70 times 5. So does that seem like you've been doing this for a year now. Does that seem like kind of what you're making? Why are you doing same day pay? Hey, sorry, you're kind of cutting in and out, but I heard you say you don't have that good a credit. Hey, can you hear me? Hello? Yep. Hey, just keep in mind, you're spending $25 every day, which means you're spending $125 every week to get that same day pay. So 125 times 52 weeks per year, you're spending $6,000 every single year just to get paid on the same day. That's a lot of money. So just keep that in mind. Yeah, if there's any way you could save up just a couple $100s to last you at least through the end of the week for your expenses, you'll be able to save $6,000 per year if you could just get paid, like once a week. Yeah, I always recommend try to keep all of your business transactions separate from your personal transactions and use a separate business checking account. So if you're doing that, you're good to go. It should be easy for you to keep track of your expenses and file your taxes. I know you said you don't have the best credit, but I'm sure you already know this, but building your credit back up is extremely useful and very important. So try to do whatever you can to, pay all your bills on time and try to get a secured a secured credit card so that you can start building your credit back up. You want to get as close to 700 as possible. I'll be honest, I don't know anything about rebuilding credit. I would be a little hesitant to believe anybody who tells you that they can instantly add 30 points to your credit score. That just kind of sounds too good to be true. If I'm just being honest, I think the best way, from what I've seen, the best way to build your credit is to pay all of your bills on time and to just do that for 2 years straight. And there are no shortcuts to getting it done. You know what I'm saying? So if you could just pay all your bills and open up an account with Credit Karma. CreditKarma.com. You can log in and you can see all of your credit cards, all of your loans. Maybe there might be some old credit cards from high school or your early 20s that you don't even know about that are still outstanding. So that might be hurting your credit score. Maybe some old medical bills that you didn't even know you still had. But if you log into creditkarma.com, you can see all that stuff, and maybe that'll help you out.